this video I'm going to show you how to harmonise an anacrusis, which is another word for a pickup, using a series of secondary dominant 7th chords. If you're not familiar with them, I've put a link in the description below to a video that I made about them. I also use some what we call upper structure triad voicings, and again, if you're not familiar with those, there's a link to another video that I did about them in the description below. So I'm going to focus first of all on the D minor chord, which comes in the first complete bar, and I'm going to say, can we harmonise the note before it, which is F, with the dominant 7th of D minor. Dominant 7th of D minor is A7. The note F is the flattened 13th of A7. So yes, that one does work. Now the voicing that I've used is this one. So I've got the F at the top, melody note, which as I said is the flattened 13th, C sharp is the 3rd, I've also got B flat, the flattened 9th, and then I've doubled the F. Left hand just a simple shell, root and 7th. Now if you look at the top 3 notes, B flat, D flat and F, they form a B flat minor triad, 3-note chord. And that's an example of an upper structure triad. It's a minor triad formed on the flattened 9th, B flat, of the dominant 7th chord. So we'll put that one in because that works. I've just labelled it as a flattened 9th, even though it's got the flattened 13th in as well. So now we carry on working backwards. The note immediately before that is D. Can we harmonise the D with the dominant 7th of A? Dominant 7th of A is E7. The note D is actually in the chord. It's the 7th of the chord, so we know that's going to work. Now if we just harmonised it with a straightforward E7 though, it doesn't sound quite colourful enough. So I've used this voicing. It's another example of an upper structure triad. If we look at the top 3 notes, F, B flat and D, that's actually a B flat major triad, but in second inversion. So does that work? Let's check the notes and see why that works on E7. So the F is the flattened 9th, the B flat is the flattened 5th, and D is the 7th. So as I say, that's another example of an upper structure triad, and it works well there. So we can write that one in now, and again I've just labelled it as E7 with a flattened 9. Let's look at the note before that now, C. Can we harmonise that with the dominant 7th of E? Dominant 7th of E is B7. And the note C is the flattened 9th. So yes, we can harmonise it with a flattened 9th. I've used this voicing, and once again we have an upper structure triad. If we look at the top 3 notes, E flat, A flat and C, that's actually an A flat major triad, but in second inversion. In the left hand I've put the root, the 3rd and the 7th. Don't actually need the 3rd there because it's in the right hand. That's the 3rd. So that note is the 13th of B7, and that note is the flattened 9th. But again, it's nice and easy if you just think of that as an A flat triad over a B7 chord. So we can write that one in, and again I've just labelled it as a flattened 9th. So we now look at the note before A and we say, right, can we harmonise that with the dominant 7th of B7? Well, we could. Dominant 7th of B7 is F sharp 7. A is the sharpened 9th. And it's not going to work too well down there. It kind of clashes with the 7th. you can use it, it's fine, but it's a bit harsh, I think. So instead of putting the dominant 7th, I've said, right, what would chord 2 be that would go to B7? So B7 is the dominant chord in the key of E, either E major or E minor. What would chord 2 in one of those keys be? Well, in E major, chord 2 would be F sharp minor 7. So we could use that. In E minor, chord 2 is this chord. It's F sharp minor 7, but with a flattened 5th. That note is lowered, and that's the one I've opted for. I kind of think that works well with the B7 there. So we write that in, it's called F sharp minor 7 with a flattened 5th, or you can call it F sharp half diminished 7th. You'll see both those symbols. Half diminished 7th would be written as a circle with like a forward slash over the circle. Now, I didn't bother with the first 2 notes. You could in practice harmonise every single note. Gets a little bit overcrowded, I think. So I've just done the first 2 as single notes, and then chords after that. When I got to the D minor, what I did there was D minor 7 first, even though it's written as minor 7 with a sharpened, minor chord rather with a sharpened 7th, went on to the sharpened 7th and then to the root. That just creates a little bit of movement. Hope you found that useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you.